How's it going, guys? Landon here with LMR.com, and in this video I'm going to be covering my product breakdown and installation on Steeda's front sway bar fitting the 2015 to 2018 S550 Mustangs. Here at Late Model Restoration, taking corners at speed is by far one of our favorite things to do during our spare time. Because of that, stronger aftermarket sway bars are usually one of the first upgrades we do to our cars. For our 2018 Mustang GT here, we chose Steeda's aftermarket front sway bar for several reasons. Well, for one, Steeda's quality and craftsmanship is second to none, and the fit and finish is always spot on. Now, this front sway bar from Steeda is going to be larger than the factory unit, measuring in at 38 millimeters in diameter, which also equates to 1 3/8 inches. This is going to allow for reduced body roll, improved handling, and more stability when cornering. Steeda designs and manufactures each sway bar in-house from the highest quality materials. The sway bar features billet steel ends versus coin ends found on other offerings. What does this mean exactly? This means that the sway bar ends are machined from billet steel round stock on a multi-axis CNC lathe. Then they go through hundreds of computer simulations to ensure the ultimate in strength and performance. This sway bar is designed to fit 2015 to 2018 V6, Ecoboost, and GT Mustangs. In the box will be, of course, a front sway bar, new polyurethane bushings, bushing brackets, and the needed bushing grease. The factory retaining bolts are going to be reused. The sway bar is sold by itself or in a kit with Steeda's rear sway bar. Now, to get things started on installing the sway bar into your car, you're going to first want to support the car via a lift or jack stands. Go ahead and remove both front wheels. Now remove the sway bar end link from the sway bar. This is done by using a 17 millimeter open-end wrench on the stud and an 18 millimeter deep socket on the nut. Go ahead and slide the end link out of the sway bar, and then do the same for the other side. Locate the two sway bar mounting brackets attached to the top of the K-member. All but one of these bolts will be removed from within the engine bay. To make some room, go ahead and disconnect the mass airflow sensor connection and remove the push pin from the airbox. Loosen the 7 millimeter hose clamp securing the inlet elbow to the airbox. Slide the inlet elbow off of the airbox. Remove the 10 millimeter airbox retaining bolt from the fender. Now you can remove the airbox from the car. On the driver's side frame rail, remove the plastic push pin securing the brake lines. Go ahead and remove the two push pins securing the plastic alternator shield from the frame rail. Go ahead and set this shield aside. Now on the passenger side, use an assortment of extensions and an 18 millimeter wobble socket to remove both bolts securing the sway bar bracket. Once loosened, you can fetch the bolts from within the wheel well opening. On the driver's side, loosen and remove the frontward bolt. Now, because of the alternator placement, you'll have to remove the rearward bolt with a ratcheting wrench from within the wheel well opening. The two brackets are attached to the sway bar, so no need to remove those. With the assistance from a friend, remove the sway bar from the car. Most people have success with this, removing it from the driver's side, but me personally, I find it easiest to pass the sway bar out from the passenger side. Taking a closer look at the attachment points on the sway bar ends, you'll find 4 holes to choose from. The hole furthest to the end of the bar will provide the softest setting. Each hole leading back towards the bar itself will net a firmer setting, with the hole closest to the front of the car resulting in the stiffest setting. Before installing the Steeda sway bar into the car, liberally lubricate the inside of the two provided bushings with the provided grease. Position them over the sway bar and on the inside of the bushing stop. Now go ahead and install the Steeda sway bar into the car in the same location and orientation as the factory bar. On the driver's side, lubricate the top of the K-member where the bushing will make contact with the provided grease. Go ahead and lubricate the inside of the provided bracket and then position it over the bushing. Align the mounting holes and then loosely tighten the two factory retaining bolts. Repeat these steps for the passenger side bushing and bracket. Go ahead and torque the 4 factory bolts to 35 to 40 pound-feet. Reposition the factory alternator shield, reinstall the push pins and the push pin securing the brake lines to the frame rail. Reinstall the airbox back into the car. Connect the mass airflow sensor, tighten the 7 millimeter hose clamp, and then reinstall the 10 millimeter retaining bolt. Because our car will see several open track events, I'm installing the end link in the second hole from the front of the car. This is going to set the car up with an aggressive stiffness. Once the end link is in position, rethread the nut and then torque it to 65 pound-feet. Do the same for the other side and make sure the end link is in the same position on the sway bar end. Reinstall the front wheels and then double check your work. Get the car on the ground, go ahead and take it for a test drive, and then you're all finished. Alright guys, I would recommend the assistance from a buddy when installing this front sway bar. It isn't difficult by any means, but an extra set of hands wouldn't hurt to get the job done. All in all here, fellas, this is a great sway bar for daily driven Mustangs and an even better option for those of you that autocross or road race your car. Now, to see more industry-leading products from Steeda, be sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already done so. This Steeda front sway bar is currently available from the Real Mustang Enthusiasts, LMR.com.